West Side.
Speaking with Beehive TV, Benzino detailed how Tupac grabbed the mic from Q-Tip live on stage at the 1994 Source Awards. Benzino, a big Tupac fan himself, didn't realize what had happened on stage because Benzino at the time was backstage. According to Benzino, Q-Tip, music executive Chris Lighty, and others from his crew came backstage furious.
At that, when Q-Tip was accepting his award, Pac just grabbed the mic from him, he brought his own sound guy, put his music in there, and did Out on Bail. Oh, that shit, and then was backstage doing interviews like it was nothing.
What's the Source Awards mean to Tupac?
They nominated me. That's good. You know, I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody that supported me through all these problems. And the Source just happened to be one of the main magazines that did that. So
back in 2020, Busta Rhymes further explained what really went down at the 1994 Source Awards as he spoke with Fat Joe on the Fat Joe Show.
Had to go to New York because he was performing at this particular Source Awards. So this is when we was all performing off of DAT tapes, crack? Mm-hmm. So you know, once the motherfucking engineer press play on your DAT tape, it ain't like you can stop that shit and play.
No, you got to go.
You gotta go, right? So Tribe was doing their acceptance speech for Best Group of the Year. They had won the award for that year at the Source. And Tupac was supposed to be the next performance after their acceptance speech was complete and Pac got introduced, right? So somehow the production person, the stage production manager, wasn't paying attention to what was really happening. And the motherfucker ended up pressing play in the middle of the Tribe acceptance speech. So Pac just comes out there performing all over their speech like he was shitting on their speech. You feel me? So that wasn't Pac's fault, but it looked like a flagrant Pac disrespect.
It looked like some Pac shit.
Right. It looked like a flagrant Pac disrespect.
Pac 101.
Right. So, you know, and at the time, because Pac, you know, had this little rep of being a little bit of a loose cannon, it looked like, all right, here he go again, right? So the beef starts. Pac comes off the stage, Tribe, they with Zulu Nation, and shit get crazy. So it ain't lead to no blows, but a pressure was very intense between Tribe and Pac at the time. And they ended up, fortunately, not going to blows, but they didn't walk away from that shit with the beef squashed. So it was going to lead to something if they crossed paths again and somebody didn't step in, intervene and mediate and try to put it to bed. Pac came back to the Oakwood Apartments.
And you there?
Yeah, and I'm there. And he know my relationship with Q-Tip. So he gave me the call and said, you got to come check me real quick. So, you know, this is what happened with me and Q-Tip. And I know you and Q-Tip is like brothers. And it wasn't my fault. They pressed play on the DAT. I fucking hear my song. I go out there. I got to do what I'm doing. I didn't, you know, I'm focusing on the shit that I got to do. So I wasn't even really paying attention to the fact that they was doing their acceptance speech. And when they approached me on some shit, I didn't know what it was about. I need Q-Tip to know I wasn't on no bullshit. Like, I got unbelievable respect for Tip and Fife and Tribe. So could you get us on the phone? Because he ain't have Tip number. So I called Tip and I talked to Tip about Pac getting on the phone, wanting to talk to him. Him and Pac spoke. So Tip and Pac spoke. They actually squashed this shit. And they were now trying to strategize a way to get on BET and do a public truce. And it didn't get to happen.
Speaking of Tupac's Out on Bail song, let us know in the comments below which version do you like the most, the unreleased version of Out on Bail or the Eminem version released on Loyal to the Game. And as always, like the video and subscribe for more Tupac news.